All right, today we're taking a look at this car vacuum by HOTO, and we're going to be putting it up against the Fantic. So these are very similar vacuums. You can see the shape and configuration of them are very similar. They've got an extension tip on both of them right now, and they also have their brush tip. So we're going to utilize kind of apples to apples here and kind of compare as close as we can. Now, first off, let's talk about the form factor. So you can see here that the size of the HOTO is definitely a little bit smaller. The base of this is smaller, and also the tank that's going to be holding all of your dirt and dust is also going to be smaller. So if you're looking for something that's going to be more compact, I think the HOTO is probably going to be the better choice. Now, similar to the Fantic, the HOTO is also going to include a bunch of other attachments and accessories, and it's also going to include this ball pump as well. So if you don't know, you could actually flip this piece around to the other side, and now you can utilize this as a pump. So it's a pump and a vacuum all in one. Same thing with the Fantic. The Fantic also has that usability as well. Now we got that form factor out of the way, let's go ahead and get straight into utilizing this. So I've got a little setup here. We've got a little mess here in our back trunk, and we're going to use both of these and kind of see which one does a better job of picking up. Now they do both have 2 modes, and they also have a boost. So if you see on here, when we turn both of them on, I'm going to click them. It's going to go on the high mode for the HOTO and the low mode for the Fantic. So let's start off on the low mode on both. You have to show both. Okay. Hold it. Now, after the first pass, you can see they did about the same. It was a little difficult to kind of do this in the same fashion because you can kind of see here the end of the tip of this one is tilted, so you got to kind of hold it at an angle, whereas the other one is more flat. But if you wanted to, you could also pop this off and use it this way, or you could use one of the other attachments that come with the HOTO. But so far with the low mode, you can see that they both worked pretty much the same. Now I'm going to go ahead and kind of scrunch everything up here again, and we're going to try this again on the high mode. So let's go ahead and get this all set up again, and I'll try to even this out the best as possible so we can have an apples to apples test. But before we do so, let's go ahead and open up the HOTO. You'll see here that this is going to be the latch that opens up the tank, and you can see this is everything that we have picked up so far. Obviously, we picked up some pretty large chunks inside of here, so that is going to block the ability on the filter. So I'm actually going to go ahead and clean this out. I'll clean out the Fantic as well, and then we'll go ahead and do a test with a clean filter. Okay, we got both of the filters cleared out here. Let's go ahead and now let's test it on the high mode. So again, we're going to go ahead and use the HOTO on this side, and then we'll use the Fantic on this side. And again, you can kind of see, again, this is at an angle, and this one is going to be straight on, so kind of keep that in mind as well. So let's turn them both on to the high mode. There we go, that's one pass. Let's give it another pass. All right, there we go. We got 2 passes. I feel like they did about the same. You can see there's a little bit more of a pickup here, or I'm not quite sure if that is the side of the brush actually just moving it, because you can see it's on both sides there, and that's kind of where the brush touches and pushes down. So I would say that they did about equal here, and they are rated very similarly to each other. So the amount of power that both of these have are in the same range. Now, one of the big benefits that the HOTO has over the Fantic is that it's got this boost mode right here. So if I go ahead and turn this on, I can go ahead and hit the boost mode, and it's going to be even stronger. So let me do a quick pickup here, and you can see it did a lot better job of actually picking that up. But the real way you're probably going to be utilizing this is not in a very slow motion like that. So let me go ahead and turn it on, and let's play with it in a real scenario. Pop off the top and play with it like this. This is going to be a lot better for picking up these larger pieces. As you can see, we go around here. Now, one of the attachments that I really like with the HOTO is going to be this one right here. You can see that it's got kind of like these rubberized plastic tips here. This also can flip over and have like a larger extension crate piece right there. So I'm going to go ahead and attach this on. Let's take this extended piece off. I'll switch this on. And this is probably going to be best for utilizing against small crumbs and stuff like that. So I'm going to switch over here to the finer one. We'll go ahead and turn it back on. And let's put it on the high mode. You can see it's going to scrape everything up. Now I can flip it over. And as you can see, it did a pretty good job of picking everything up. Now, because this is going to be a smaller, kind of like a pocket vacuum for the car, so it's not going to be picking up everything like a larger vacuum would. This is more, again, like a pocket vacuum for quick pickup, and it's not going to be as powerful. These stick vacuums, compared to some of the more industrial size ones, like something like this, is obviously not going to compare. You got to think that the battery that's in here, the suction power of something small like this, is just not going to live up to something as large as this one. But overall, it's a great vacuum. It works perfect in these types of scenarios where you just have a little bit of pickup. You want to do a quick cleanup. You can easily just grab these. It's not going to take up too much room in your car. And you can easily clean this filter out with just a couple of seconds of work. So comparing the two, I feel like if you want something that's going to be more compact and does about the same level of pickup, I would recommend going with this HOTO. It has all the same attachments, it has all the same functionality, plus this boost mode, which is a real nice additional feature to it. So if you're looking for a good stick car vacuum, something that's powerful, lightweight, and has a long-lasting battery, then I would definitely recommend picking this one up.